Hi everyone. The main idea of this video, the goal here, is for us to go over how to best answer Learning Target 2.2.2 and Learning Target 2.3.2. And we're going to use a little example here together. So off to the side, I've got my worksheet ready, and we're going to go through a couple slides with a sample video. So first, looking at Learning Target 2.2.2, what does the actual Learning Target say? Well, it says, identify and explain the main idea using evidence from the authentic material. So you need to show me that you can master this learning target, that you can explain the main idea using evidence. So the instructions for this question right here say, what's the main idea of the video? I need to answer that question. And I must give at least 2 details in English to support my claim of what's the main idea. And I need to explain using specific details that are found in the video. So I can't just pull stuff out of my brain. I have to take from the video. That's what the instructions are telling me to do here. So some sentence starters that I am looking for in correct answers. I should see you starting with, the main idea of the video is, ... You have to answer what it is. Each video is going to change. I'm looking for sentence starters that are like, in the video, it said some quote of exact words that are said in the video, translated into English though. And maybe this sentence starter. I know this is the main idea because in the video, here's some information I took from the video. And it needs to be words that were spoken because this is showing me that you can understand spoken Spanish. So we're going to look at an example video, and we're going to listen for the main idea. What's the big things that are sticking out overall? And on my worksheet, I'm going to jot down some of those exact phrases that I want to use as my evidence as I'm listening. So I'm going to kind of pop in and say a couple things as we listen to this video. So I'm going to get it started here. And I've already started my first sentence starter as it's just kind of getting ready. The main idea of the video is...
El Camino de Santiago es un conjunto de rutas que pasan por Europa y España y terminan en Santiago de Compostela. En la catedral de esta ciudad se cree que están los restos de Santiago, uno de los 12 apóstoles de Jesucristo. Hay distintas rutas para peregrinar hasta Santiago de Compostela, como el Camino del Norte, el Camino Portugués, la Vía de la Plata, el Camino Primitivo o el Camino Inglés. Pero el Camino Francés es el que tiene más peregrinos y más servicios. Cruza los Pirineos desde Francia y pasa por Burgos y León.
So far I'm hearing where this is happening. This Camino de
Hay
Santiago.
muchas formas de hacer el camino. Cientos de miles de personas lo recorren cada año y cada una lo hace de una manera distinta, porque elige la ruta que prefiere, en qué época del año lo hace, cuántos días le puede dedicar, cuánta distancia quiere recorrer o con quién va. Casi todo el mundo lo hace caminando y menos del 10% lo hace en bicicleta.
So by bicycle.
Las personas que lo recorren se llaman peregrinos y suelen caminar etapas de unos 20 o 25 kilómetros diarios.
So that's the who is doing this.
El recorrido está señalizado con flechas amarillas y también con conchas de vieira para que sea fácil orientarse. A lo largo del Camino de Santiago hay numerosas iglesias, monasterios, pueblos, lugares para descansar y para comer. Muchos restaurantes ofrecen un menú especial para los peregrinos. Los peregrinos duermen en albergues. Estos alojamientos tienen habitaciones con muchas camas y son más baratos que los hoteles.
So these are different things we're going to find
Muchas
along the
personas
route.
deciden caminar solas o en pareja, para que así sea más fácil conocer a otra gente.
So I'm going to pause the video. We're not going to watch the whole thing. But so far, we're just going to say, if this was the whole video, what was the main idea of what we just saw? Well, I saw where, the route. I saw who, the pilgrims, peregrinos, the what you'll see along the way of the entire Camino de Santiago. So the main idea is to show the who, what, when, where, and why almost. All those different who, what, when, where, why aspects of El Camino de Santiago. So then exact phrases that I want to use. I might need to pause, go back, and re-listen to different chunks of my video to pick up exact phrases. So I'm thinking overall what was happening, and now I want to listen for exact phrases.
En la catedral, casi todo el...
So far I took information, I'm going to pause it again, about the distinct routes to follow. That was an exact phrase, so I used quotation marks, of there are distinct routes to follow for this walk. And then I also decided I'm going to use a paraphrase. In this video, it also mentions the multiple forms to complete the walk, like by bicycle or on foot. And I remember they showed and talked about bicycles and on foot and like the different times of year. So right there, I've got two different pieces of evidence that back up my main idea of the video is to show all the aspects of the Camino de Santiago. Now, we're going to look at Learning Target 2.3.2 here. So Learning Target 2.3.2 says, generate a claim using evidence from the provided resources. So, generate a claim. Where else have you heard that? Let's think for a second here. Okay. In the instructions, it says, using the authentic video, answer the prompt. So I must answer the question given to me below. And I have to have at least 3 or more specific details that come from the authentic material. So coming from the video, and I need to explain why I chose them. So I need to have a claim, I need to have evidence, and I need to have reasoning. Where else have you heard claim, evidence, reasoning? Claim, evidence, reasoning. Just like science class. So this prompt, should Señora walk El Camino de Santiago next summer? I need to answer that question with a claim. Yes, she should. No, she shouldn't. Have some evidence and some reasoning. So some sentence starters that I'm going to be looking for in correct answers. The first one should be starting with yes or no and finish with a complete thought. Yes, Señora should walk El Camino de Santiago next summer. Or no, Señora should not walk El Camino de Santiago next summer. Anybody who's answering this question should have one of those 2 sentences basically be their first sentence. And then I should have things about, in the video it also said, I need to have 3 exact quotes that come from the video to back me up with yes, she should or no, she shouldn't. And reasoning. This quote supports me because, or this quote shows that, some sort of reason why Señora should or shouldn't walk El Camino next summer. So this time, we're going to listen to the video, paying attention to why should anyone consider walking this at all? And I'm going to jot down phrases of things that I feel like could support me as to why Señora should walk it or why she shouldn't. So I'm first, I've heard this video once before, and I'm going to take the position of saying, yes, Señora should walk El Camino next summer. And then I'm going to get ready with that. In the video, it says these different things. So I'm just going to kind of jot down some quotes down below of what I hear that's going to support why should I walk El Camino.
Cruza los Pirineos desde Francia y pasa por Burgos y León. Hay muchas formas de hacer el camino. Cientos de miles de personas lo requinta porque elige la ruta que prefiere, en qué época del año lo hace, cuántos días le puede dedicar Las personas que lo recorren se llaman peregrinos y suelen caminar etapas de unos 20 o 25 kilómetros diarios. El recorrido está señalizado con flechas amarillas y también con conchas de vieira para que sea fácil orientarse. Muchos restaurantes ofrecen un menú especial para los peregrinos. Propio ritmo y no pueden ir todos juntos siempre. Algo muy bueno del camino es que los peregrinos conocen a otros viajeros, gente de distintas nacionalidades y edades, y pueden compartir sus experiencias.
I'm going to pause it again because I was jotting down lots of notes as I was listening to this video of things that are like, that's interesting. Maybe that's a reason Senora should walk on El Camino. And I was jotting them down kind of off to the side. And I'm now going to go back and actually formulate this into a real complete thought of taking these quotes, turning them into English because it says respond in English and create a complete answer. So yes, Senora should walk El Camino de Santiago. In the video, I'm going to use my sentence starter, it said, there's a really popular route that has lots of services, which kind of makes it a little easier for her to go and do this. So, Senora, so I have to now kind of explain why, oh my goodness, why that quote would be why Senora should walk this. So, Senora could get help and see many other walkers, pilgrims, along the way. It also said, I'm going to use another sentence starter. Now, I'm going to do another quote. There's these different arrows and shells that show you the way. That to orientarse means to like show you which direction to go. So, Senora, why would that be a benefit for her to, yes, walk this? So, Senora won't get lost as she's going. Which makes it easier. An easier walk. Finally, I'm going to use a transitional phrase. In the video, it said, I liked that it talked about how you get to know people. And it said that you could do this in groups or you could do it on your own. And there's different nationalities and different ages of people. Now I'm going to go back. I just wrote a whole bunch and I want to just double check. Is there something that I need to tweak about my answer? So do I have a claim? Yes, Senora should walk El Camino next summer. I have a claim. Do I have 3 or more specific details? In the video, here's my first piece of evidence. Evidence number 1, the French way has more pilgrims and more services. Do I have reasoning why this backs me up? Yes. So Senora could get help and see many other pilgrims along the way. So she wouldn't have to do this completely alone. She'd get to see others. It also said, evidence number 2, there are yellow arrows and shells along the way to show you where to go. Okay? So Senora won't get lost on the walk. That's kind of important. That's a good reason for her to do this. She won't get lost. Go ahead and do this. It's going to be safe, which makes it easier to walk. Finally, third piece of evidence. You can meet other people, which is a good reason for Senora to walk El Camino so she can make new friends from different countries and different ages. So I've got 3 pieces of evidence. I've got a claim. I've got reasoning. I've got everything. So I'm going to delete my extra little notes to myself. I don't need those in the end because I have a solid answer right here. So you're going to now go do this with a different video. You're going to answer all the questions on the document in the blue areas and show me that you can do question 2.2.2 correctly and 2.3.2 correctly before we get to our FA next week.